In the sky, speed isn't just power, it's dominance. For decades, nations have built machines that blur the line between science and insanity, pushing metal past the limits of physics. From Cold War legends to stealth fighters that can outfly missiles, these jets weren't built to cruise, they were built to race the impossible. Welcome to the ultimate jet race, where 15 of the fastest aircraft ever built go head-to-head in one epic battle for the skies. Impotent, the SR-71 Blackbird wasn't just fast, it was untouchable. Born in secret during the Cold War, this jet was built by Lockheed's legendary Skunk Works team to outrun everything: missiles, fighters, even radar. Made almost entirely of titanium, the Blackbird cruised at 2,200 miles per hour. That's Mach 3.3, and flew higher than 85,000 feet. The air outside was thin, the metal glowed red hot, and yet it kept going. Nothing ever caught it. If an enemy missile launched, the pilot didn't dodge, he simply accelerated. The SR-71 flew missions across the globe, collecting intelligence long before satellites ruled the sky. In our race, it's the undisputed champion, the aircraft that turned speed into legend. Even decades later, nothing built by man has flown faster. The F-35 Lightning II isn't just an aircraft. It's a flying supercomputer. Built for the modern battlefield, it combines stealth, speed, and next-generation sensors to control the fight before it even begins. Capable of 1,200 miles per hour, Mach 1.6, the F-35 may not be the fastest, but that's not its game. It sees everything, shares data instantly, and strikes with precision no human pilot could match alone. With 3 variants, for the Air Force, Navy and Marines, it can take off vertically, land on carriers, or dominate from runways anywhere in the world. Its helmet lets pilots see through the jet, turning the cockpit into augmented reality. In our race, the F-35 is the mind, proving that in the skies of the future, intelligence beats pure speed. When the F-22 Raptor took flight, it didn't just enter the race, it rewrote the rules. Built by Lockheed Martin, the Raptor is the world's first true stealth fighter. Invisible to radar, deadly up close, and unmatched in the sky. With a top speed of 1,500 miles per hour, Mach 2.25, and the ability to supercruise without afterburners, the F-22 doesn't just fly fast, it hunts silently. Its radar cross-section is smaller than a bumblebee, and its sensors can track enemies long before they even know it's there. In training, it scored simulated kills against entire squadrons and walked away untouched. The Raptor combines stealth, speed and agility in a way no other jet ever has. In our race, it's the ghost, unseen, untouchable, and always the last one standing. The Dassault Rafale, sleek, elegant and unmistakably French. Introduced in the 2000s, this jet wasn't built just for one mission. It was built to master them all. Air superiority, ground strikes, reconnaissance, even nuclear deterrence. The Rafale does it with precision and style. Powered by 2 powerful engines, it can soar at 1,390 miles per hour, Mach 1.8, while remaining agile enough to twist through dogfights like a ballet in the sky. Its radar and targeting systems are some of the best in the world, allowing pilots to engage multiple enemies at once and win. The French Air Force and Navy both rely on it, and it's proved itself in real combat, from Libya to Afghanistan. In our race, the Rafale is the refined warrior, fast, intelligent, and effortlessly deadly. The EuroFighter Typhoon isn't just a jet, it's Europe's answer to air dominance. Built by a coalition of nations, the UK, Germany, Italy and Spain, this 21st century fighter blends agility, brains and brutal speed. Its advanced aerodynamics and digital flight controls make it so nimble it's almost unstable on purpose, relying on computers to keep it in check. And when it hits full afterburner, it can reach 1,550 miles per hour, Mach 2.0. Armed with cutting-edge radar, long-range missiles and lightning-fast reaction times, the Typhoon is a dogfighter's dream and a nightmare for anyone on the other side of its scope. Whether it's intercepting threats at high altitude or striking deep into enemy territory, the Typhoon does it all with style and precision. In our race, it's the sleek, high-tech hunter, fast, fierce, and European to the core. The FA-18 Hornet isn't just a fighter. It's a symbol of flexibility and precision in modern air combat. Designed for the US Navy and Marine Corps in the late 1970s, the Hornet could do it all: dogfight, strike ground targets, and take off from aircraft carriers without breaking a sweat. With twin engines and a top speed of 1,190 miles per hour, Mach 1.8, it traded raw speed for balance, agility and reliability. It could launch from a carrier deck, chase enemy fighters, drop bombs and be back for dinner, all in one mission. The Hornet's upgraded brother, the Super Hornet, later carried on the legacy. More range, more firepower and even more versatility. From the Persian Gulf to the Pacific, the FA-18 has proven it can do almost anything. In our race, it's not the fastest jet, but it's the one that always gets the job done. The F16 Fighting Falcon, or as pilots call it, the Viper, was the underdog that became a legend. Built in the late 1970s, it wasn't meant to be the biggest or the fastest. It was meant to outmaneuver anything in the sky. And it did. Powered by a single engine, the F-16 could hit 1,500 miles per hour, Mach 2.05, and pull turns so sharp it pushed pilots to their physical limits. Its bubble canopy gave 360-degree vision, and its side-stick controls made flying feel almost instinctive, like wearing the jet instead of piloting it. It was cheaper, lighter and more agile than most of its rivals, yet it's flown by over 25 nations and still serves on the front lines today. In our race, the F-16 is the scrappy fighter that reminds everyone it's not the size of the jet, it's the skill of the pilot. When the MiG-25 shocked the world, America answered with the F-15 Eagle, a jet designed with one goal: never lose a fight. First flown in 1972, the F-15 was built for dominance: twin engines, massive power, and radar so sharp it could track enemies miles away. With a blistering top speed of 1,875 miles per hour, that's Mach 2.5, it climbed faster than any fighter before it. And in combat, the Eagle proved untouchable. Over 100 aerial victories and 0 losses. It could carry heavy payloads, fly long distances, and still turn like a knife in the air. Every pilot who flew it called it forgiving. But to its enemies, it was merciless. Even after 50 years, upgraded F-15s are still flying, a rare honour in aviation history. In our race, the Eagle doesn't just fly fast, it reigns supreme. When the West caught sight of the MiG-25, panic spread through NATO. Introduced in the late 1960s, this Soviet jet looked like it had come from another planet. Twin engines the size of train cars, razor-thin wings, and a top speed that shattered expectations. The Foxbat could hit 2,190 miles per hour, that's Mach 2.83, and briefly touch Mach 3, though doing so risked melting its engines. It wasn't agile, but it didn't need to be. It was built to fly high, fast, and chase down American bombers and spy planes. Its speed and altitude forced the US to respond with something even faster, the F-15. The MiG-25 was loud, brutal, and unapologetically Soviet, a machine that valued raw power over finesse. In our race, it's the jet that didn't just compete, it terrified the competition. Few jets ever captured the world's imagination like the F-14 Tomcat. Built for the US Navy in the 1970s, it was designed to defend entire fleets and look good doing it. With its iconic variable sweep wings, the Tomcat could shift from slow and steady to razor-fast in seconds. At full throttle, it screamed across the sky at 1,544 miles per hour, Mach 2.34. Its radar could track multiple enemies at once, and its long-range Phoenix missiles could take them out before they even saw it coming. The F-14 wasn't just a fighter, it was a showpiece of American air superiority. Movies like Top Gun turned it into a pop culture icon, but pilots knew the truth. The Tomcat was as deadly as it was beautiful. In our race, it's the jet that proves speed with style can still dominate the skies. Meet the F-4 Phantom II, the jet that defined an era. Born in the 1960s, this twin-engine monster became the backbone of the US Air Force, Navy and Marines. It wasn't sleek or graceful, but it was fast, loud and brutally effective. With a top speed of 1,472 miles per hour, Mach 2.23, the Phantom could climb like a rocket and strike like thunder. It carried missiles, bombs and later a cannon, after pilots realised dogfights weren't going away. In Vietnam, it was both feared and respected, and despite its size, skilled pilots made it dance in the air. The F-4 wasn't just a fighter, it was a symbol of brute power and adaptability. Even today, some nations still fly it. In our race, the Phantom proves one thing. Being fast is great, but being unstoppable is better. When the Cold War took to the skies, one aircraft became the face of Soviet air power, the MiG-21. First flown in 1955, it was fast, simple, and built for pure performance. With a top speed of 1,385 miles per hour, that's Mach 2.05, the MiG-21 could outrun nearly everything in its class. Its small delta wings and needle-like nose made it deadly in close combat and surprisingly nimble for its speed. Cheap to build and easy to maintain, it became the most produced supersonic jet in history. Over 11,000 built and flown by more than 50 nations. From the deserts of the Middle East to the jungles of Vietnam, the MiG-21 proved that raw speed and simplicity could still dominate the skies. In our race, it's the moment the world realised supersonic flight wasn't just for the rich or the West. It was now global. By the late 1940s, the sound of war had changed. Propellers were out and jets were in. Leading the charge was the North American F-86 Sabre. Sleek, swept wings and a roaring turbojet engine gave it a top speed of 687 miles per hour, just below the speed of sound. In its day, that was jaw-dropping. The Sabre made its mark in the Korean War, going head-to-head with the Soviet MiG-15. The result? One of the greatest aerial duels in history. With incredible roll rate, heavy firepower and fearless pilots, the F-86 proved that air combat had officially entered a new era, the jet age. In this race through history, the Sabre wasn't just fast, it was the turning point where speed met technology. In the early 1940s, the skies over Europe were deadly. Bombers needed protection, and America answered with the P-51 Mustang. Sleek, fast and reliable, the Mustang could fly farther than any fighter of its time, over 1,600 miles with drop tanks. That meant Allied bombers finally had escorts all the way to Berlin and back. Powered by a Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, it screamed through the clouds at more than 440 miles per hour. In combat, it was agile enough to out-turn and out-climb almost anything the enemy sent up. Pilots loved it. Enemies feared it. And history remembers it as the plane that made victory possible. In the race for speed and endurance, the P-51 Mustang wasn't just a fighter, it was a game changer. Before jets ruled the skies, one plane stood between Britain and invasion, the Supermarine Spitfire. Built in the late 1930s, it was fast, agile and ahead of its time. With its Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, it could hit over 370 miles per hour, an incredible speed for a piston aircraft. The Spitfire's elliptical wings weren't just beautiful, they gave it unmatched manoeuvrability in dogfights. Pilots said it felt like an extension of their body. During the Battle of Britain, it became a symbol of hope, proof that precision engineering and courage could turn the tide of war. The Spitfire didn't just win battles, it defined an era. And in this race through history, it's our first contender. Imagine lining up the greatest planes ever built, from the prop-driven legends of World War II to the hypersonic machines of the future. 15 aircraft, one race. No rules, just raw speed, power and history colliding in the skies. Each one once ruled the air, from the Spitfire's elegant turns to the Blackbird's silent sprint at the edge of space. This isn't just a race of machines. It's a race through time, through innovation, war, and the endless human obsession with going faster. So buckle up, because the engines are roaring, the countdown has begun, and history's fastest birds are ready to fly. Welcome to the 15 Airplane Race, only on Fly High Hub.